What's up guys, my name is Ace, and one of the additions with Season 3 of Black Ops 6 was the Grau full auto conversion kit for the SWAT 556, and it turns out in multiplayer, it's pretty insane. In fact, I do think it is quite overpowered in its current state, and I'm somebody that doesn't use the term overpowered lightly. It's pretty rare that I call something genuinely overpowered, but in this case, I truly believe the SWAT is. So in today's video, we're going to be going through all of the details, and I'm going to share exactly why I think this gun is currently overpowered. Now, just starting this off, in case you guys weren't aware, this is unlocked on page 5 of the Battle Pass, and it converts the SWAT 556 into full auto. Now with this, we also see an adjustment to our damage profile, and it's actually a damage reduction compared to the base 3-round burst version of the SWAT. Instead of being a 3 to 4 shot kill, now it's going to be a 4, 5, or 6 shot kill depending on the range. Now, when it comes to our headshot multiplier, we actually get a really big increase to the headshot multiplier, but again, our headshot damage is still going to be lower than the default headshot damage with the SWAT 556 in burst. But with this multiplier, it's going to require 2 headshots mixed in with body shots at any range to reduce the number of shots to kill. So that means up close, we can get a 3-shot kill with this if 2 of those bullets hit the head, and then the third one could hit anywhere in the body. As for our rate of fire, this is 732 rounds per minute, and again, this is in full auto now, not burst. And of course, we can't use rapid fire since our fire mod spot is blocked off by the mod itself. And what this means for our time to kill potential is with a 4-shot kill, we're killing in 246 milliseconds. Now, of course, this is slower than our 1 burst kill potential with the SWAT 556, but that is really a big outlier, and there's a really high risk attached to that power with the burst version of this gun, whereas with full auto, you can more so just spray and pray at your target. And a 246 millisecond time to kill is significantly faster than every single assault rifle in the game right now. In fact, this is even better than average for an SMG at point blank range, which is very surprising to see out of essentially an assault rifle. I know this is in the marksman rifle category, but with the full auto mod, it effectively converts it into an assault rifle in this game. And it's going to be beating out most of the SMGs right up close and personal with this time to kill. And that's one of the big reasons that I feel this is so powerful, but there's more to get into with this. It's also worth noting, if we manage to get that 3-shot kill by landing 2 headshots and 1 body shot, we're killing in 164 milliseconds, which is ridiculously fast. Like, it's already fast by default, and this is just taking it to an insane level of fast. So the raw power on this is really, really good, as long as you're keeping yourself in that maximum damage range. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. As we can see here, that maximum damage range, or 4-shot kill potential with the really, really good time to kill potential, is 30.5 meters. This is going to be about double what you would see with most SMGs in this game, and for a nice comparison here, with the C9, this actually has the same rate of fire, and it's also a 4-shot kill, so therefore it has the exact same time to kill potential, but only out to 15.2 meters. So literally half the range potential here as the SWAT 556 with this mod, and I consider the C9 to be one of the best SMGs in the game. So that really goes to show how crazy this really fast time to kill potential is when we also factor in the range. And that's not to mention the bullet velocity, which is unchanged with this mod compared to the base. It's 830 meters per second, at least in multiplayer, which gives us a really nice hit scan range as well at 41.5 meters. And then even when we get to our 5 to 6 shot kill potential, when we're comparing it to the assault rifles at those ranges, these time to kill values are still solid and quite competitive with the rest. Now, when talking about ranges, I will say there's one key downside here, and this is just the fact that when you use this mod, it does block off our barrel attachment, so we have no ability to increase our damage range at all once we've got this on. So this is as good as it's going to get, but it is really good by default. As for hardcore, I just wanted to point out here, with the full auto mod, we will drop off to a 2-shot kill to the body in the minimum damage range, so about 48 meters, whereas with the base SWAT, it's only ever going to take us 1 bullet to kill to the body. Then another improvement we see with the full auto mod is to our hipfire spreads. They're much more along the lines of what you'd see with an assault rifle rather than a marksman rifle, so we see some very notable improvements here to your hipfire potential. And then one of the most important elements here, and another big reason that I consider this to be overpowered in combination with our time to kill potential, this is our recoil. As you can see here, just like the original Grau from Modern Warfare 2019, this is a very accurate gun, super easy to control. If we put this up against the assault rifles, this would be one of the most accurate assault rifles in the entire game. One thing I will say about this recoil is there's a bit more recoil with the first 4 or so shots that you fire compared to the rest, but it's still very manageable, very predictable. It kicks basically straight up for those initial shots anyway, and then it does start to lean a little bit to the right. But overall, I consider this to be an insanely accurate gun, and that's a huge upside to using this. And that's not to mention the iron sight as well. It's just incredible on this gun. And as a result, unlike many of the guns in this game, I really find that you don't need an optic, even for some of the longer range builds. And it's nice to save that attachment slot, especially since you are using up one of your attachment slots to select this mod itself. Now, the benefits don't end there. We're still going with this. Next, let's have a look at our reload time, and our base reload time is noticeably faster here at 1.68 seconds with the same base 30-round magazine that we have with the burst version of this gun. And when it comes to our magazine attachments, we only have access to one magazine attachment while using this, and this is Extended Mag 1, which gives us a 50-round magazine with a 2.1 second reload time. And the closest comparable thing would be the Extended Mag 1 at 45 rounds with the burst version of this gun, with a slower reload time at 2.32 seconds. So we've got a couple extra advantages here. I actually really like using the 50-round mag on this, even though it harms our handling stats, but this is where it comes to the next section. We can afford to lose out a little bit on our handling stats, especially aim down sight time, because another huge benefit with this mod is it massively improves our aim down sight speed. The base SWAT 556 has an aim down sight speed of 315 milliseconds, whereas the moment you put this kit on, now it's just 220 milliseconds. And once again, that's better than all of the assault rifles in the game, and it's more comparable to the SMGs in this game when it comes to aim down sight speed, so that's pretty crazy to see. But then finally, to top all of this off, the moment you put this kit on, it also improves all of our movement speed stats over the base SWAT 556, so it's more along the lines of what you'd see with an assault rifle in this game. So that's a ton of benefits that you gain with one single attachment on this, and that creates an insanely powerful gun in this game. And really, there's only one downside to using this over the average assault rifle in this game, and that is the fact that we still have marksman rifle level flinch. So something to be aware of there, and this is where you may want to lean in the direction of the combat stock or the heavy stock in order to counteract that. Outside of that, this gun is ridiculously good. It has an amazing time to kill potential for an assault rifle. It's incredibly accurate for an assault rifle. It's got an excellent range profile considering that amazing time to kill potential, and also really good handling, mobility, and hipfire stats. There's really not much reason to use any of the assault rifles over this gun in the game's current state because this thing has it all aside from flinch resistance. And that's why with all of this combined, when you consider the fact that this is absolutely the best in several key categories compared to any of the assault rifles in the game, often by a large margin as well, I do consider this kit to be overpowered in its current state for multiplayer. Now, we're not done there. I did want to take a quick look at just a couple class setups that I would highly recommend checking out with the Grau. And the first one here is my stealth build, and this is my favorite build to use in multiplayer for the Grau. With this, we have the suppressor to stay off the radar, plus we really don't need a compensator. We have great recoil by default. We have the 50-round extended mag attachment, the CQB grip, because while normally I'd use the ergonomic grip, our aim down sight speed, even with the 50-round mag here, is still excellent at 235 milliseconds. So really, the bottleneck is more so our sprint out time here, so that's why I went with CQB. And then we've got the infiltrator stock on this, so we can have a solid aim walking speed at 3.8 meters per second. And then finally, the conversion kit itself. And this is an excellent all-around setup. The only downside here is we will be experiencing that full marksman rifle level flinch, and therefore I really try to keep myself just in the maximum damage range with this particular build. However, this is where the second build comes in, and this is my Grau accuracy build. This designed more so for keeping your distance a bit and picking people off at long range, because even at those long ranges, like I said, our time to kill potential is still solid. We've got amazing accuracy, amazing bullet velocity. So with this one, we're using the Kepler Microflex optic, which is actually unnecessary. If you really just like the iron sight, you really don't need this optic, but I put it on for this particular build. We have the compensator just to make it even more accurate than it already is, combined with the Ranger foregrip, which helps a bit with horizontal recoil, but also with our sprint speeds. This time I am using the heavy stock, so we do lose that good strafe potential, but now we have a flinch value that's more comparable to assault rifles in this game, which is really going to help with those long range face-to-face fights. And then finally, we have the kit itself. And there we go. That's going to wrap it up for today's video, breaking down the full auto Grau mod for the SWAT 556. And this is where I'm curious to hear from you guys in those comments down below. How are you feeling about this kit so far? Do you guys agree with me? Do you think this gun is overpowered in its current state? Or do you think I'm overreacting a bit? Do you think this is balanced just fine? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.